Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning! Welcome to the second chapter, Volume 2 of Majora's Mask. We are continuing our countdown to the 35th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda, and I'm here, gonna give a little bit of an update for what we did over the past week, for those of you guys just joining us today, those of you guys joining in the archive, also good morning. Let's see. Yeah, got 7 masks. We collected basically every mask that was possible after beating Woodfall Temple, and I also collected a bunch of heart containers. I fully upgraded the quiver. I've maxed out the quiver, which is good. That's really insane considering that this is a Legend of Zelda game and you have a maxed out quiver at like the beginning of the game. But yeah, so how things are going to go today, we're pretty much just going to do main story stuff. What I said before in the previous stream is that chances are the majority of the time we're going to be doing like plot related stuff only whenever I do streams, and then if we have time after doing the dungeons, then that's when we're going to start doing all like the extracurricular stuff. So for today, for example, we're going to do Snowhead Temple, and there's a bunch of crazy challenges that I want to do. There's going to be the one where like there's a heart container, or not a heart container, a heart piece that requires me going to the same minigame once a day. There are a few examples of this, but in this particular game, or this particular town, the one that I'm talking about right now, is we need to go to that particular minigame, beat it, then go back on the second day, and then beat it again. Oh, this is tricky. Well, while we're waiting for everyone to get here too, we're gonna quickly just funnel in. Oh yeah, I also got all the fairies. Like, we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff, even though we're not gonna be doing any Great Bay stuff. At least I don't think we are. If we're not gonna be doing any Great Bay stuff today, then we may as well just get all the stuff that we can, and that might include a couple of mini-games. We're definitely gonna get the Gilded Sword, or make an attempt at the Gilded Sword today. So we're going to waste very little time here. Hang on a second, see if I can do this right. Oh man, I'm missing. Yes, okay, I was worried that I had to like reposition myself. Good morning, Ragnarok! Good morning to, again, all you guys. Like I said, this thing that we're doing right now is part of the little series, mini-series that we're doing for streams, where we're going to be playing through Majora's Mask. This is also a personal thing for me, because like I said, Majora's Mask is one of my... It's not just my favorite Zelda game, it's one of my favorite games of all time, if not the favorite game of all time. And... so basically, I wanted to like make sure that like I've never 100%ed this game in my life, which is weird because I've played this game for so long. But I figured that like for the 35th anniversary of the series, that's what we're going to do. Oh, this is gonna be so much easier once we get the Gilded Sword. When we get the Gilded Sword, I think it's like 6 hits from the Dongo, whereas this particular sword it takes like 3 times as many, I think. I think it's like 18, 15 hits, something like that. I tend to not pay attention to counting. I'm more concerned about timing and landing it properly. Oh yeah, also, I managed to get the heart piece. There's a heart piece in this particular section of the map where you need to kill 2 Dodongos. It's actually not that difficult to do without the stone mask. The reason why I say this is because the stone mask, it lets you stay hidden, so they won't retaliate either. Anyway, they won't retaliate, so that's nice. But with the method of just using the shield crouch, as long as you don't aggro both of them, then you have a very, very easy time of just hang on a second. You have a very, very easy time of just killing them one at a time by isolating them. There aren't very many instances where that would be a useful thing, at least to my knowledge. But yeah, like I said though, like I've never 100%ed this game. I would very much like to do that for the first time in my life, leading up to the 35th anniversary. I know there's a lot of speculation. I don't know. I speculated a bit last week. There isn't really only so much that I can say about what I think is going to happen for the 35th anniversary. But I guess, yeah, guaranteed something's gonna happen. That much is without saying. Adrian Miller and James, good morning to you too. I have the 3D version. I mentioned this last week, but I still have the 3D version in the shrink wrap that it came in. I could have just warped. What am I doing? Yeah, whatever. Okay, if I remember correctly, yeah, we're just gonna bomb through this entire like section of Snowhead. I like the Snowhead dungeon a lot. I like all the dungeons in this game, but the Snowhead dungeon sticks out to me too because like it's so it's really hard to explain why, but it's very unsettling, and I think a large part of the reason why it's so unsettling is that it's very it's very true to its word of being a temple that was abandoned in the snow. Like, it felt like it was built for other things, and it just so happened to be overtaken by the snow. It's crazy. Yes. Oh, by the way, let me know how the volume is going, because I know that there's going to be a lot of crying coming up, and I want to make sure that the volume is okay for you. The ports of the HD remakes? The thing is, okay, so maybe someone in the chat can help explain to me, but okay, maybe someone can explain to me. But the thing is, though, is that there have been changes made to Majora's Mask 3D, much more noticeable than the changes on Ocarina of Time 3D, which is a game that I have played. But yeah, like, what is the general changes in that one? I know there's a couple of heart pieces and empty bottles that were changed around, but that's about it. Yeah, as long as the volume was good. I think that's all I need to do, right? I just need to talk to him and then leave. I haven't done this section of the game in a very long time. And by very long time, I mean 2017. For those of you guys that don't know, or don't remember, I actually did a playthrough of this game back in 2017. Okay. Yeah, I did a playthrough of this back in 2017. And wait, I feel like I was supposed to do something else? Because I'm supposed to be seeing a ghost right now. Okay, you know what? Wait, oh, no, I can't see the ghost because I need this first. Okay, yeah, I was just thinking to myself, like, how come I'm not seeing it? Yeah, because that's, okay, so that's the thing, though, like, the change that I know of, I don't know if they changed, it's tricky, because the thing is, though, is that, like, I don't mind changing it, because here's how I feel about Majora's Mask. As much as I love Majora's Mask, I'm not going to trick myself into thinking that it's the perfect game, that it's a game where, like, anyone could pick it up, and they'd, like, I'd be fully okay or comfortable with them playing it, because it should be good on its own. It's not the kind of game that has a mass, like, what's the best way to put this? It's not like a crowd pleaser game. It's a very risky, strange, almost experimental game, really. For, like, in terms of how the structuring of this game, it's built around having good execution of a game that isn't especially intuitive. Like, you notice that there's a lot of portions of this game that have a very small margin for error, and that alone is frustrating, but then you add the elements of, like, the timer on it, that would be even more frustrating. And I think that same thing can be applied to the bosses, too, is that the bosses, while it's great that there are various ways you can go about approaching them, the problem is that some of these bosses require you to have, like, almost a perfect run. Well, not perfect in the sense that you don't get hit, but perfect in the sense that you get it done as soon as possible. But the problem is that intuitively, knowing what the method for fighting each boss is in time for, you know, actually being able to enact that while still having enough HP to see it through to the end, it's not as easy as as you'd like it to be, or as I'd like it to be. So like any changes, while I maybe won't be able to appreciate it the same as a newcomer would, but those newcomers, they would be able to appreciate it to some extent. And like the ability to go between the others though, because that's the other thing too. Graphically, this game looks awful in comparison to the remake, but I prefer it. And I'll keep saying this, but like, the graphics of the N64, while bad, they fit the creepier tone of this game a lot more than the remake does, because that one looks more like an Ocarina of Time, or how Ocarina of Time was supposed to look like, whereas with Majora's Mask 3D, cleaning it up in a way makes it less unsettling. And I like the unsettling weirdo factor that Majora's Mask has that other Zelda games don't quite have that same amount of. Yeah, same thing for like the save mechanics, like, well, the thing is, again, like, save mechanics as well, yeah, like, this game, while I'm okay with it, doesn't mean that everyone else is. But I'd say that for me, the main reason why I'm not super enthusiastic about starting the 3D remake is just because of the graphics. Like, the visual style of the 3D remake doesn't appeal to me as much. And that's purely a preference thing, though. It has nothing to do with objectivity. Because if we were talking about objectivity, we'll say that the 3D version looks better. Okay. The thing I like about the spin is that you can just fire it off, and the enemies, they're not targeting you. Oh, sorry, like, when you're targeting an enemy, they're more likely to block. So basically, in that scenario, if you're out of range and you're firing an attack, they won't block because the AI doesn't work like that. It's doing a pretty good job of conserving their mana. They made South Clock... Why would they need to make South Clocktown bigger? It's weird, but, like, whatever. I don't know, well, that's a weird choice. It feels a little unnecessary, but I guess making South Clocktown bigger... I guess it's to accommodate the cafe? The laundry pool? Like, just to make it all one map instead of having to load a different map, maybe? Okay, how do I want to do this? Wait, so it's like, it's going to the right, right? Because I see a little bit of a gap. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I don't like the notion that the reason why it's there is because they're trying to fix things that aren't broken. Because, like, I think that's a kind of a prevalent thing with the Zelda series in general, is that it's a series that a lot of people have nostalgia for, and it's a series of games that people like to play over and over and over again, so they don't see the need for change the same way that we do. Or sort of the same way that newcomers do. Oh boy, I took a wrong turn somewhere, didn't I? But that's kind of the thing, though, is that, like, a lot of people don't recognize that need for updates because they've already practiced. Like, for me, with this game, for example, like, I've played this game so many times that a lot of the execution stuff is relatively easy. I don't want to say I can do it all in one go, because, like, right now I'm already screwing up. Where am I going? But, like, I've had practice. Like, the controls of this game are lacking. Like, objectively speaking, the controls of this game are really rough because it's N64. N64 games in general are really rough because they're still trying to recognize the ins and outs of gameplay in a 3D space. But when it comes to, like, when it comes to this game, though, again, we've had so much time to practice that it doesn't bother me as much. Okay, be very careful how you do this. I feel like... I really hope. Oh no. Okay, no, we need to go right. Yeah, so it's one of those things too, again, like, a lot of the stuff that people claim to be, like, objectively this didn't need to happen isn't categorically true. Because, again, like, practice is something that newcomers don't have, and the thing about the Zelda series is it's always tried to be intuitive. Like I played Skyward Sword, or I replayed Skyward Sword very recently. I played Skyward Sword very recently, and the thing is, like, that particular game, it had so much information that it felt the need to tell the player, like, immediately, and it's one of those things where, like, they want to appeal to the core demographic and they want to appeal to the hardcore demographic, and then the newcomers, and then those people, like, there's that disparity, but then in order to appeal to both of them, you're going to add a lot of mechanics, but you want to make sure that your players understand what those mechanics are, and that comes in the way of the tutorials. Also, not like I don't mind, like, I'm not trying to, like, complain, but I want to establish, because I had to say this last week too. Please don't give me hints for where to go unless I specifically ask. The reason why is because part of the fun for me is trying to remember everything, trying to remember where all the stuff is. So if I seem a little bit lost, wait for me to ask for help if I need it. Because for the most part I should, because we're going up to a dungeon, right? And dungeons require a lot of thinking to get through them, and I want to be able to, like, kind of go through my own process rather than having someone tell me. So yeah, just a heads up. Don't tell me if, like, I'm getting lost, because I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, I appreciate the cost for help, but I don't need it right now. But yeah, like, Skyward Sword was, like, the perfect example. No, actually, you compare Skyward Sword with Breath of the Wild, actually. Both of those games, after playing both of those games back to back, it's weird because, like, Skyward Sword wanted so badly to appeal to both of the key demographics in the game. Oh, this looks wonderful. Oh yeah, and then, okay. It's one of those things where, like, they wanted to be... Again, like, Skyward Sword had so many things going on in it, but the thing is, though, is that it was worried that it might not be abundantly clear for a newer player to see if that would actually work. Like, yeah, like, it was a genuine, like, oh, we don't know if the, like, the newer players that are playing this will be able to enjoy it as much. And in the water. Okay, here we go. I hope I remember where it is properly. See, like, things like this, too, this also has sort of like a, if you've never played this game before, there is a bit of a trial and error element to it that is time-consuming. Like, complaints about this game in regards to that are fairly valid. But anyways, get back to my whole thing. This isn't really supposed to be a complaint fest for Skyward Sword because I quite liked Skyward Sword. But, like, you see that they're trying to... Uh-oh. One of these. Nope. I went to the wrong side of the lake, didn't I? It's fine. Got plenty of time. If it really comes down to it. Why? Okay, well, okay, we can at least uncover it, right? I completely forgot which... Was it this one? It was this one! Okay, okay. I should have checked before I went for this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this actually leads to hot spring water too, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I always thought it was the right side on entering in, but it's actually the right side upon coming back. But yeah, like you have that contrast though between Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild though. Those two games, well, actually no, not even those two, but just Skyward Sword. It wanted to be like be appreciated across the board for what it was, and by having all this stuff, they want to appeal to again like the core players versus the non-core players. And the end result is just a bunch of tutorials because they felt like their hands were tied and like there was very little else that we can do. Not to mention that time period in gaming was very geared towards like the handholdy nature of games. Like the early 2000s, the early 2010s, those were the ones where it's just like games are super expensive. We need to turn a profit in order to continue making these games, and the best way to turn a profit is to make a player feel like they're good at the game within the first like hour, if even that long. Sometimes it gets extreme. So yeah, that was like, and then you compare that with Breath of the Wild, where it was a completely hands-off approach. That like we're going to make a game, make it super intuitive, and then we're gonna let the players figure it out on their own. And that game ended up being like literally like 6 times more successful in terms of overall sales. That's kind of unfair because I think Breath of the Wild outsold the entire series within the first month. Crazy stuff was going on. Okay, let's do this again. But yeah, but that's the thing though, like, Breath of the Wild, the ironic thing is that it had a very hands-off approach to how it taught players how to play the game, but it ended up appealing to all the demographics, including the people that are outside. Oh, don't jump like that, Link! That was awful. But I remember that happened last time I did this. It reminds me of this Olympics game for the NES that I once played as a kid, where there would be, like, diving on a beach, but then I would aim the diving at a rock. Like, he'd be okay though, like he wouldn't like, you know, it wouldn't be anything graphic. He would just fall over into the water, then swim back, and then you'd go for the second round. There we go. I didn't realize that touching the ice would freeze me. That's the thing. I don't want to accidentally press the button and then it would just completely whiff. This is a very good shot. It's masterful. Should be shown in every film school. This looks really good. I made the right choice. Let's see if I remember how to play this, too. Oh, wait, no, it's like the easiest thing. It's literally like 3 notes. It's literally 3 notes. It's literally a pop song from the Skyward Sword era in the early 2010s. It's funny because, like, he's literally teaching us the beginning of the song, but, like, all that's left is just 2 more notes. Oh, well. This is a really great camera angle. This is great. Oh, do you know something that I really like from Twilight Princess that this game tried to bring out to the forefront with this particular character is that all the Gorons have very distinct designs. Like, there are, like, the typical NPC Gorons, but then the notable Gorons are all different shapes. Is that a combo? I forgot how to fight as a Goron. But yes, it was one of the things where in Twilight Princess, each of the Gorons, because, you know, rocks all had different shapes and sizes. I think I just do it myself, right? Yes. Like, so each of the Gorons, like, they're like the really, really tiny, feeble ones, but they're also the ginormous ones as well. It was great. We're probably gonna have to get the Dongero mask while we're at it too. Like, I'm thinking in my head, like, I didn't write it down because I feel like it would be more fun to remember how to get things off the top of my head for this playthrough. But I think, yeah, I guess we can get the Dongero mask in this particular session. Yeah, like, there's a lot of things that we're potentially going to be doing for this particular session. First thing, obviously, going to be the Gilded Sword. That's going to be the first thing that I'm going to do, I think. Oh, that's going to be a pain, though, because, like, if I want to get the Gilded Sword... Oh, it could potentially be a nightmare, because I actually don't remember the optimal route for doing the Goron race. But basically what's going to happen is, after I beat this temple, I guess I'll, like, work on I'll just pick up a couple of things before resetting the time. Then I have to quickly do the temple, and then we're out of here. Like, I quickly do the temple again, or I kill the boss, rather, and then get the Goron race. There's gonna be a lot of thinking aloud for this stream, so I'm sorry, you guys. Most people would write things out, but I don't really get into the habit of writing things out when it comes to YouTube stuff. It's something too, like, if people were wondering, I don't script any of my videos. I think there is 1 or 2 videos that are scripted. Like genuinely scripted. I know there are a couple of videos that I had where, like, I had a bunch of points, and then as I'm doing the commentary live, I'm, like, looking at the points and saying, oh yeah, I need to include this point here, I have to include this point here. Make sure that you talk about this. But after a while, I kind of stopped thinking about that, because if I knew what I was talking about, then it doesn't really matter. I don't think there's anything else I can do here, yeah? But yeah, my original point, though, is that if I knew exactly what I was talking about, then I would have it all memorized at that point, and, like, if I'm fully confident in what it is that I'm trying to say, then that should also follow. Okay, so there's a heart piece that I can get here before I get to the time, before I reset the time. There we go. Oh. I shouldn't have stopped. Okay. But yeah, so basically in between this stream and the other stream... Good morning, Jared! In between these streams, I decided to also get... Yeah, I got the quiver upgrades, and I think I got, like, 3 heart containers. Like, there were, like, 12. No, wait, no. Was that true? No, that can't be true. Oh yeah, no, it was 3. Yeah, 3 heart containers. Looking back at the, well, the other file that I had, too, for the previous stream, I still have that file open on this game, but that particular stream was, like, Like, I think we just guns through it. We didn't even go for heart containers, so I had, like, the bare minimum. I wonder what 3 hearting this game would be like. Sounds like it would be a nightmare. Maybe I should try that next. Okay. I'm trying to think of, like, what other masks can you get in this section of the game? Because yeah, all I can think of is just... All I can really think of is just the Gilded Sword for stuff that I need to get. Okay, so here is the one of the first potential examples of, like, oh my goodness, there's so much execution in this game. Hi. Good morning, Rock. Okay, here we go. This is one of those things which could cause a lot of grief for people that are not familiar with this game's controls. Come on, come on, come on! Yes! Actually, a lot of the Goron rolling stuff is potentially, because if I hit a wall, that happens. I think refilling magic power shouldn't be that much of a problem. Because I think just leaving this area, the snowballs beside the owl statue will respawn. I better get myself warmed up. Yeah, I've got to get myself warmed up for the Goron races. Okay, so basically the best advice I can give for racing as a Goron is never hold forward. Just focus on tilting the stick left and right. So there was no reason to hold forward. It does not make you go faster. It just makes it more difficult to control. Or maybe it does make you go faster, and that's why it's so difficult to control. But anyways, before I continue, I'm gonna quickly grab this fairy. Whoop. That's not a fairy. Oh man, so basically I'm playing on the GameCube right now, but I have a AV to HDMI adapter that I use. Oh wait, no, I have to do this first. There we go. I have an AV to HDMI adapter that I use, and the thing is, this was actually the section of the game that I played to hopefully test it out. So I should have a relatively decent time of figuring out this dungeon's puzzles. Because now that there are some parts of this dungeon that are like, what? Because like there's like levels to it that you have to manipulate. I guess we're gonna do what we did last week, where, yeah, we unlock the passage to the dungeon, then just clear out the dungeon. After this, though, because I'm trying to think of like other stuff that could be done before I reset the time, but I think we're just going to dedicate a large section to just that. And then the rest of the stream is just going to be me trying to get... It's going to be me suffering trying to get the minigame stuff, because I know people want to see that. I don't know if this was a good idea. Whoa! Oh no, it's good, okay. The bunny hood makes things so much easier. We're probably gonna... You know what, though? I wouldn't mind going for all the stray fairies. It's just that I don't know... I did it once in my life, getting all the stray fairies for the Snowhead Temple. And I think the reward is extended mana, right? Or extended magic gauge. So I might just look into that. I don't need... Well, actually, no, wait. Correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe this is possible? Nope. Yeah, I remember I used to... Oh, no. Okay, no, we're good. I don't know. I actually don't know where all the stray fairies are in this game. So we're going to be wearing this the majority of the time instead of the bunny hood. Anyways, how is everyone doing this fine weekend? It's sunny right now. We're gonna get the fire arrows in this section, or in this dungeon, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, there's a stray fairy in a bubble around here. We don't need the ocarina, we just need the Goron mask, and I think that's about it. Oh my. Why? Why do you do this to me? I don't think it's gonna hit from this far, will it? Okay. I would have assumed. Hang on. I guess I just need to get in closer. Yeah, probably from the sides. Okay, that's fine. That's the nice thing about having the maximized quiver, is that I can make as many mistakes as I can until I can't. Alright, so again, this is another section where it's just like, yeah, this part kind of is odd for aiming purposes, but the best thing that I can think of is just, the best advice I can give is just like, just face yourself forward as best as you can, so that it's a straight line, and then readjust yourself by targeting. And we need a little bit more leeway to work with, so we're gonna just back up. Oh no, not quite. See, you gotta line it up like perfectly. But the problem that I have though is that the aiming increments, because it's not like there's no like sensitivity. There's no sensitivity adjustment that you can make in the settings. So basically, what's gonna happen is that the increments that I move the stick are a little bit difficult to be consistent. It's an issue with a GameCube controller, really. I used to be really good at this, but not so much anymore. Here we go. Okay. And I should be able to reach around here. Right? There we go. That's our first one. I'm trying to think of like, yeah, again, like off the top of my head, there's, how many of them are there? There's 15. And apparently there's another one. That worked. Okay. There's another one here. These guys are easy, just run into them with your shields. No questions asked. And apparently there's another one around here, but I'm guessing it's like up there in a bubble. And I love Majora's Mask dungeons so much. There's only 4 of them, but each of them have a lot of fun ideas packed into them. I think this is the first time I've ever seen the Great Fairy's Mask when opening a treasure chest. That's weird. Okay, well, we're going to be coming back to this room anyway. Just put a pin in that. Oh. You know what? In the chat, tell me right now your favorite dungeon from the Zelda series and why. It's always been a very popular element of these games. I know that like Breath of the Wild tried to de-emphasize dungeons, but I still like the Divine Beasts a lot. Mostly because they were just like, each of the shrines that you went through were practiced for clearing these as fast as possible, or as efficiently as possible. But it's like, I'd say that my favorite dungeons that are all in this game, particularly Stone Tower Temple, looking forward to that one. There's really nowhere else to go but here. One gripe that I do have about this dungeon, though, is that if I fall over, and there will be plenty of sections where we'll potentially fall over, is that it actually doesn't respawn you. It just places you on that floor that you fell into. It's very, like, why? I guess they're trying to show off their technology. That there's an object permanence. Okay, I'm guessing that this is for the small key in the first room where you enter. Shadow Temple's great. I think the Shadow Temple and the well preceding that, I think those are like the two games, those are the two dungeons that made me really appreciate like horror genre games. Because like, there's that sense of dread that you have where like it's just so unsettling. It's very unsettling to be in like the Shadow Temple. I think that's part of the reason why I like Ikana so much, is that it has that like that archaeology feel to it, which I approve of, but it still has like that creepy factor in the castle preceding it, Ikana Castle. But yeah, like I remember like, because as a kid I used to be afraid of like Wind Waker, so I stopped playing that game for a while, but then I got around to it, and like I really started to enjoy Wind Waker. And yeah, the Earth Temple was a really standout one. Like, all the creepy, scary dungeons are the ones that I tend to approve of the most. What does this do? Hyrule Castle and Wind Waker, I thought it was cool how they had the stained glass renditions of each of the sages. I always thought that was kind of nice. I didn't notice it as a kid, but then I replayed it later, and I looked at the stained glass, and I saw that, yeah, each of the 7 stages from Ocarina of Time were there. I was like, oh, that's nice. What else is a good one? I'd say that my favorite in Wind Waker would be the Earth Temple, though. No, it's a mix. If it's not Earth Temple, it's Wind Temple. Like, both of those two, like, those two later temples were, like, a really good sense of flow to them. Earth Temple was a lot more puzzle-oriented, but then Wind Temple was a lot more action-oriented. Wind Waker had some really fine dungeons, but I'd say that the best dungeon lineup would be Twilight Princess, probably. Twilight Princess's dungeons, all very well structured, they all have a lot of stuff going on in them. A lot of elements. Like, I know the Goron Mines was the favorite of the director because of how it becomes, like, open air. But also, like Twilight Princess was the first one to challenge the conventions of a dungeon as well with the Snowhead, or the Snow Peak Ruins. This is Snowhead. Well, I'm talking about Snow Peak. So yeah, all really good ones though. Like the Forest Temple was like, kind of reminded me a little bit of Forbidden Woods, how it was like the ruins of a Kokiri settlement. Oh boy. No, I can just do this. Okay. What else do we have? Oh yeah, and also the city in the sky, again, challenging the convention. Like, it didn't, like, for, like, large sections, it felt like a location where people lived rather than a, like, similarly to the Snow Peak dungeon, it felt like a location where, like, where it had inhabitants for long stretches before it went back to kind of going to that dungeon mode again. Okay, what do we got here? We played Twilight Princess. Now that I have this adapter, because I know I played Twilight Princess HD, but the thing that annoyed me and this is my fault, it's not the HD remaster's fault, but it's just the fact that it was mirrored. The entire game was mirrored to match the Wii version of the game, whereas I've played so much of the GameCube version. So the problem with mirroring is that all the locations are flipped, and all my muscle memory, all my instincts for where to go are just completely just confused. It wasn't even like, oh, it's like I'm seeing it for the first time. No, it was just confusing. Come on, tell me the rest of you guys. Talk to me about Zelda dungeons. Oh man, you know how had great dungeons was the Oracle series. Oracle series dungeons are really well done. In particular, let's see, like, yeah, like, there was the Jabu Jabu's belly, which is just like, it was insane how they had to incorporate all that, like that, yeah, the object permanence, the continuity between the different levels in a 2D game. It was very ambitious. I can see why people would find it frustrating, because it's like Water Temple, essentially. You have to, like, completely manage the different levels of water in order to access certain parts of the game, then go back to this location to reset the water again. But the fact that it was so ambitious for a 2D game is what impressed me the most. Jabu Jabus. Also, just like the final dungeons for them too. Like there's the Hero's Crypt. And again, going back to the whole thing for me, and me liking like the creepier ones, the Explorer's Crypt from Oracle of Seasons was good. Because like you have like those ghosts that are like timed, and you have to like route your paths correctly. You route your paths correctly because like you're being timed. Ah, another small key. Yeah, like you're being timed, and like if the lights go out, then you get sent back to the beginning of the dungeon. But that's not a problem because like it is just their way of saying like, yeah, like that route that you chose might not work, but you have to try a more efficient one. So that was fun. And there's like, yeah, there had like platforming segments. There was actually good platforming in the Oracle games. No, that's not good. We're good? Yeah. Oh, and then the final boss of that dungeon, the Explorer's Crypt from Oracle of Seasons, is Gleeok, who is still my favorite boss enemy in the series. Good old Gleeok, the two-headed dragon that's just a nightmare to fight against. Like, he hits like a truck, and the fact that his attacks are very difficult to dodge too, it's wonderful. What? Wait, what was the point in this? There's a fairy here? Where? Oh, okay, I see it now. Alright, so what we're going to have to do... I don't know where the fairy is, but I guess it's like... Okay, let's try this. Oh. What am I doing? What am I doing? Wait. Ooh. Uh-oh. No! Okay. I know what to do now. There's a fairy here, huh? I guess it's frozen, or like... Do I have the lens of truth it? Maybe I have to bomb something. Lots of options. I actually have yet to try Triforce Heroes. I'll get around to it someday, but I still gotta beat A Link Between Worlds. Ooh, speaking of A Link Between Worlds, well, kind of related. I'm playing Dragon Quest XI right now, and in the Japanese dub, the protagonist is voiced by Mitsuki Saiga, who voices a lot of, like, what's the correct word? A lot of androgynous characters, like a lot of androgynous males, but in particular, she also voices Link from the Link's Awakening remake and A Link Between Worlds, so that's exciting. Oh, don't make the same mistake twice! Can I reach this if I'm Link? Or human? Wait. Ugh. Okay, we're good. Oh man, is that possible without the bunny hood? Okay, but yeah, basically my thing though is that, yeah, I've been playing Dragon Quest XI and I really, really like it. No spoilers, but well, obviously it's not really spoilers because it's still early on, but I am in Sniffelheim, and I'm going to try to find the last Dragon Ball. Okay. This could be tricky. I don't feel super confident in finding the fairies, but I'd like to try. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying Dragon Quest. I've never played a Dragon Quest game before. I know that it's a very famous series. Very iconic series, as far as Japanese RPGs go. So yeah, I'm very excited to try and play that one. Ooh, okay. We've been here before. Oh, but then we would need... How would I reach it, though? Do I need a hookshot for it? I feel like... But why would you need a hookshot when you don't get the hookshot until the next dungeon, though? Although that is something that we'll have to look out for, too, because I tried doing the spider house in the swamp last week, but I realized that I need either a hookshot or the boomerangs, because a lot of the Skulltulas are on the wall, and you have to still collect them, right? Yeah, I'd say it counts. I mean, it's a Dragon Quest game. Or it's an IP that takes place in Dragon Quest. It's a similar vein to why, like, Triforce Heroes is a Zelda game. It does take, like, it is a Zelda game that takes place in the world of Zelda, or the universe of Zelda. It might not have the same formula, but it's still a game in the Zelda series. Oh, my aiming is so bad. See, it's the increments that bother me. Is that a straight line? Who knows? I hope. We just have to eyeball it. I think this is the Wizrobe? Like, they're giving us items. This has to be the Wizrobe. Oh, I don't trust my ability to aim. You know what? No, what if we don't have to aim? Yeah, okay, no, this is... Okay. Let's see what it is. This is awful. This is so terrible. Yeah, in this room I can do it, but then in a later encounter though, it's a large room. Oh man, it has so much reach. It's like, as long as you're like somewhat in front of it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. More decisive. Oh man. Okay, just don't go for the jump attacks. Oh no, 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 I can't do this. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Only lost 3 hearts. Yeah, there's a lot of games I have on my list right now, but to be honest though, the way that like this year's lineup is going, I might not end up playing as many games as I did last year. Because last year I played like 40 games. And this year though, like a lot of the games that are coming out are the ones that seem to be like large time commitments. Obviously it's still too soon to say, I don't know. But I have a pretty good feeling that Monster Hunter Rise will take a lot of time for me to, like before I go, oh I'm done now. Monster Hunter Rise might be like one of those ones. What else was there? Monster Hunter Rise, No More Heroes 3 is one that I'd like to actually try covering on the channel to some capacity, but I don't really have a plan so much as like, oh, I want to play this game for the channel. No More Heroes 3 is one of them. The other one is it's right in front of you, thank you. Also, Persona 5 Strikers looks interesting to me, and it's kind of right up my alley because it is, like, it's kind of Muso flavored, but then it also has RPG elements added to it too, so like, you know, that could be a potential thing to look into. Okay, I actually don't know what's gonna happen here. I can't reach it, can I? Do I actually have to have the hookshot to do this? I guess so. That's annoying. Why would they? Wait, but then... Oh boy. I guess I do need the hookshot. Okay, never mind. We can't get the fairies. Unless you guys in the chat know how to get that one, but... Because the platform doesn't reach that high. Here we go. No More Heroes 3 I'm very excited for. I was really happy to see that more people getting into this series, because it's a series that I've liked for the Nintendo Wii back in its heyday. And, like, Suda51's games, they're very... Or at least, like, those particular games, they were very creatively, for lack of a better phrase, pure, in terms of how each of those games all were made by someone that wanted to make them. That was the big appeal for me. Okay, how do I do this? We can't go here yet, because we need to raise the levels. But I don't know how... Okay, no, let's go back down. But yeah, like, each of those games, though, like, it's made by someone that likes games and wanted to make the video gamiest of games. Because each of, like, the No More Heroes games, they're all so aware that they're video games, and not even, like, in a fourth wall breaking humor sense either, but in a sense of, like, we're gonna have holographic pizza to heal your HP, that kind of thing. And it's so... It's something that I guess I took for granted at the time, because, like, after a while, games started becoming a thing where we need to make them as realistic as possible, we need to have these things where these games have they need to make sense in the realistic sense. And it's like, okay, you guys have fun with that. I would have thought that would have had the fairy. Yeah, I'll have to figure it out. I'll probably go for the stray fairies when the stream is done, probably. Like, in the coming weeks, because, yeah, I need the hookshot, don't I? Alright. I guess we just have to use the fireworks to go back to the places where we used to be. And I think that should take us forward. Okay, how do I do this? Get into the landing zone! Okay. So we need to... Oh, no. I guess that also requires the hook shot. Well, I guess I can jump towards it, but, we'll see what we got. I actually don't remember this section very well. This will be interesting. This is bad footing. When we used to be. Where we used to be? Huh. Okay, here we go. Next thing, I have to go for every chest and assume that's a small key. Even if we're not going for fairies. That's kind of the weird thing about these dungeons, too. Oh well, free health. Let's try going there. I don't know what's in that door, but we'll go for it. Yeah, so anyways, one of the things I like to point out is that Majora's Mask is definitely still to this day my favorite game of all time, but naturally not everyone's going to feel the same way. But what about you guys? What would you guys consider your favorite game of all time? Like, just in terms of like this, like in the sense that this perfectly encapsulates your taste. It perfectly encapsulates like what you look for in a game. Because for me, a lot of this is just they put you in this world of Termina, and they do everything that they can to make it feel like it's lived in, that it is a real place with an actual sense, a literal sense of continuity to it. And all that builds up of seeing each of the characters in their ways and how helpless they are, but only you can stop it, is like, it's so fantastic to me. That's the thing about the Zelda series that I like so much, is that it gives you that sense of heroism by building it up properly, and then you achieving things by clearing dungeons makes you feel that sense of heroism that a lot of games try to strive for, but they usually need to pull some different kind of smoke and mirrors in order to get it done, whereas this game, by virtue of being what it is, makes you feel heroic just because that is the structuring of the game. Let's go for green door. I think this is going to lead me towards that orange switch. Witcher 3, that's a good choice. I haven't played it. I am very unfamiliar with the series, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. I think the thing I like about The Witcher 3 is that, like, it's this really huge, sprawling, ambitious game that was made by a relatively small company. Like, I know that people give Cyberpunk 2077 a lot of flack, but the thing is, though, CD Projekt Red's they're not a AAA company. They're actually a very, very small company in the grand scheme of things. which is like the thing that people need to understand too. Like, yeah, I know, yeah, it was a misfire, we're not saying that it's not, but the fact that they were able to pull off some pretty impressive stuff is worth mentioning. Oh boy, I don't know if I don't know if I have enough MP for this. Monster Hunter Try, so you're a man of culture as well. Xenoblade 2 is in my top 2. It's second only to this game. It's weird actually, because I recently replayed Xenoblade 2, and I actually liked it a lot more that time around. I think it's because like I've played so many games, I've kind of heightened my perspective on a lot of things in regards to game design and design choices, this position that we're in. I wasn't trying to rush through the game like I was when I first played Xenoblade 2. Because for Xenoblade 2, I got the game with the intention of covering it. Sorry, no, wait, no. I got the game with the intention of seeing if I'd like it enough to cover it, and I did, so that I started to like kind of barrel through the game, and I didn't really stop to appreciate what the game was trying to do as much. I was kind of just focusing on like, oh, let's just, you know, we'll have the Blade Showcase and then we'll be on our merry way. But it ended up sticking with me, and I think part of why it stuck with me so well is because each of the components of this game, they're all, again, like, they're all very creatively pure in how they wanted to take the formula of Xenoblade 1 and X, but then they want to expound upon it with all these different elements that the creators enjoy and love, and seeing that conveyed through video games is something that I look forward to a lot. I tend to like a lot of games that are like that simply because they weren't trying to be a superior version of anything so much as they were trying to make the best possible game that they could, and that's what made it so fantastic for me, that it's such a small recognition that it gets for being what was one of the most fun and enjoyable games ever. Because the mechanics of that game as well, it was just nothing but high notes for me, I think. Yeah, it hit a lot of high notes for me in terms of just like the story I really enjoyed. All the characters are so likable. The actual gameplay itself, it's very punchy. Like, it's not really an action game, but like, you are actively engaged in what's happening in the game, and you're trying to do things to sort of manipulate or maintain that. But also the other thing about it too is that the combat of Xenoblade 2, while very simple on the surface, it does allow for a lot of exploration for each of the different players, and there's also the randomized gacha system that people complain about, but I actually really like because it lets you define your playthrough differently in comparison to someone, you know, like for me, like I started off with like Percival or Azami. That would be different from someone who started off the game with like Boreas or Zenobia. Like, things like that, like that's what I like in games, though, is that everyone that picks up the same game are going to have a different experience. I thought the only game of that year would have been Breath of the Wild, but Xenoblade 2 just completely surprised me in that regard. It's great. Anyways, enough about ranting about Xenoblade 2 and how much I like it. We're gonna continue on with this garbage game for the N64 on the GameCube. Good morning, Italia! How are you doing? Go. Oh. Also, the reason why I like the story so much is that it had a lot of really fascinating religious symbolism in it, which I wasn't expecting in a game like Xenoblade 2. It's really like, yeah, the don't judge a book by its cover kind of game. Really nice. Okay, I'm going to make the bold assumption. Yeah, I'm going to make the very bold assumption that we just need to cross this bridge like normal. Hopefully I get it done the first try this time. Alright. I hope this is a straight line. go. Actually, it's funny because, well, maybe we'll talk about that next time. Like, I'd like to talk more about Xenoblade 2, but I think we'll save that for another time. All I really want to say is that in terms of, like, the whole... I'll delve into a little bit, but basically the other thing I want to point out, too, is that different players have different inclinations for how they want to do things. I have to find my way up there, right? No, okay, I have to go the other way. I actually didn't need to do this. No, wait, but then I made the shortcut here. I think this should work. Morning, Con. Glad you're able to join us today. But basically, very quickly, I'll just quickly talk about this, because I thought this was interesting, and that's kind of the other reason why I like Xenoblade 2 so much, is that, okay, so, not super recently, because time goes by fast where I live, but there was a, what's his name? NL, a boy, Brandon. He made a Pandoria video, a few months ago, and there was a commenter that was, like, saying that, like, there's no point in this, because N and Lee already made a video about this. And the thing is, though, like, my response to that was just, like, NL and I, we both, because of how Xenoblade is, you could be a different person, and you would be inclined to explore the mechanics of a playable character differently because we are different people. And that's kind of the beauty of video games, though, is that everyone has their own way of solving problems or addressing issues. In this case, the problem is, how do I get this enemy's HP to 0? But in the case of like NL's video, like, he's more about, like, optimizing stuff so that things die in a couple of seconds, whereas for me, it's just kind of just having fun and rolling around with each of the different abilities that the character has available. That's essentially the different inclinations that I have. He might not necessarily share those, but we do understand that, yeah, we do have, oh, no, no, no. Oh, we're good, we're good. Oh, how do I get back? But anyways, all I want to say, though, is that the reason why it stands out in comparison to most games is that even if you don't play quote-unquote optimally, you could still have so much fun by going for, like, a meme build, essentially. And that was kind of how I would go about things, too, is I wanted to, like, build around a specific theme. There I can do it now, and, like, it's one of the only games of recent memory that actually allow me to do that. And yeah, so yeah, that's kind of the other thing too, is that it's not that I think that, like, there's no merit in the optimal strategies and killing enemies in 0.5 seconds, but sometimes I just want to hit buttons and watch enemies die. That's why I like Musou games so much. Oh, speaking of Musou games, okay, so I guess I'll delve into it a little bit. But the thing about, wait, can I climb up like normal? Yeah, we don't have to do this. That's song and dance. What's it called? The 35th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series is coming up next month. And my prediction, I don't know how true this is, but my prediction is that they will probably name drop the Breath of the Wild sequel. Hang on a second. As soon as I saw the bounce, it's like placing bets on the roulette table. You're just like, okay, we're gonna bet it on red, we're gonna bet it on red, and then just close your eyes and hope it lands on red. Oh, that was a nightmare. We good? Well, I think this is it. We can climb, right? No? Okay. I guess we're doing it again, people. Oh, I love this game so much. Can't believe they can make you do this again. Oh, boy. It's so nerve-wracking. And I think that's part of the reason why I like Majora's Mask so much. Makes you feel a bunch of different emotions all in the same, like, 10 minutes. Man, okay, line ourselves properly. Make sure it's a straight line. Yes. Yeah. I don't know what it's going to be, but yeah, my prediction is that there's going to be a name subtitle provided to us. I don't think there could be any gameplay, but there could be like, oh yeah, the Breath of the Wild sequel is called The Legend of Zelda, The Shard of Nightmare, or something like that. Never get over that leak from back when I was a journalist. I used to write for a Zelda site, and there was a leak. I did not want to report on it, and I think that was kind of like the start of tensions for us. It was the fact that I didn't want to report on a stupid leak because it's not true, and I'm a slave to the truth. I'm a slave to the truth. But the thing is, though, is that the general idea is that I don't want to do that, because when it's wrong, then this was just a waste of time. There's no point in it. Obviously, it's not a waste of time if it gets clicks, but again, it's an ethical thing. Oh. Wait a minute, what if I just... Alright, we're gonna do this like Fire Emblem. We're gonna close counts with this. It's slowly coming towards me. Oh, I wish I had a stronger sword. We'll save the aiming for later. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Okay. Really? Really? You're gonna start by spawning so far away? Oh, I fired way too many arrows that time. Do I shoot or do I slash? There we go. No! Oh man, I did the swamp target practice game. It was a nightmare last week. It's the dawn of your death! Okay, I guess we'll go. I can't say which Zelda sites. Or can I? The reason why I don't want to say is because identity. Because because there's one person on YouTube who I actually met in real life, so he knows my real name, and he. The thing is, like, you could easily just Google search the sites. I don't know, but then again, maybe I did say before. It wouldn't really matter. It wouldn't really matter, but it's difficult to say. Wait, hang on, let me think about potential. Just want to make sure there's no security issues, because yeah, that's something very particular. No offense, not that I don't trust you guys. It's just that I don't trust the people that are listening right now. The FBI agents that are listening right now to this call. Oh, why would you do that? Wait, I can just do this. Yeah, this is the thing. It's not that I don't trust you, Rock. It's just that, yeah, that like security and identity has always been a thing that I'm very particular about, which is why I don't show my face either. No, but yeah, but anyways, like the story was that, like, yeah, a friend of mine, I went to his wedding last year when it was possible to go to people's weddings. That was a long time ago. No, but yeah, he knows my name. That he just Googled it, and Zelda. He Googled my real name and Zelda. My real name's not Zelda. If it was, that'd be sick. I should write a book. The Boy Named Zelda. But yeah, anyways, yeah, and then he was able to find it very quickly because it's easy to narrow it down to. There's only so many Zelda fan sites. But I used to write for them Not too many pieces, but like, yeah, like they once we report on a leak, and I was like, no, that's stupid. Why would I report on a leak? Why? Like, because even leading up to that, it's weird being a news site. Because, well, I guess it's kind of my fault for being so fresh-faced that I was very idealistic. That, you know, oh, I want to report the news. I want to report the stuff. I want to report the facts. But then, the problem with a lot of quote-unquote news sites is that a lot of it is speculation, leaks, and more speculation. And I was like, I don't want to do that. Boring. Oh man, because yeah, okay, well, okay, I'm going to spoil it a little bit, so hopefully this doesn't incriminate, this doesn't like expose me or anything. Move to the side. Yeah. This game's awesome. Move to the side, you fool! But yeah, it's like, oh well, I guess I'll reveal a little bit, but basically, there was an E3 when they were promoting Smash 4. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind, I guess that would be as much as I can tell you though. Yeah, like there was a thing, yeah, there was a Smash 4 promotion, and I wrote an article about, well, it was kind of talking a little bit, it was mostly fixating on Zelda Williams, but it was just really awkward how I had to like write a story to try to make a national news story out of it, even though there was no story. Zelda Williams brought a Majora's Mask to the Smash Bros. And then she played as Greninja and lost. The end. Did she lose? I can't even remember. But yeah, it was odd to do that. But anyway, that's all I really want to say. I think I might have given what? So okay, well, let's talk about let's not talk about that anymore. Let's talk about this boss and how if I can get the ramp, then I'll knock him down and I can score so many hits. Ooh, stalactites are falling. That's a good sign. I love this boss so much. It's tricky though, because if you don't like Goron rolling, you might not enjoy it. But if you love it, then you're gonna have a great time. I'm looking forward to fighting this guy again for when I have done stuff. Man. The only thing I don't like about this fight though, and this is like it's like in some scenarios it is a little bit tricky to mitigate damage, because yeah, how was I supposed to avoid that? I was just going my own merry way. I guess I'll hit him twice. I'll hit him twice. Hit him twice, and then run. Wait, opportunity? Nope. Okay, I'll figure this out in real time then. So I guess I hit him twice, then try to reposition myself. Oh, come on. I thought for sure it was going to go towards the wall. Okay, he's throwing bombs now. I think this is the final phase. Yeah, it's one of those things too, like, you know, all of you guys that are going to school, you're probably not going to get the job you're going for. Or at least not in the sense of like, this is what you expect. I know that, yeah, you shouldn't, like, expect things to be exactly, like, come on, you were so close that time. But, like, sometimes, though, you have to choose between your ideals versus... Oh, that boss fight was too short. I wanted it to keep going. Although, I remember as... Yeah, I guess it's because I didn't get hit as many times. Because I remember as a kid, I felt like this boss fight took so long, but it's because I kept getting hit by things. It's oh man, I'd say it's one of the best bosses in the N64 era of Zelda. Top 5 in my opinion. But yeah, that's kind of the issue though, is that like, well, you guys heard about what's been happening with Game Explain, and it's just like, I don't want to sound like I'm defending what's been going on in terms of the poor, like, the work ethic, but the issue is that the nature of online, like, quote-unquote news or blogging or anything like that... Well, okay, no, wait, oh yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this wonderful cutscene. Guatemala. Guardians. Guardians? Piano music intensifies. Piano intensifies. Okay, Guardians. You know something that also sticks out with Majora's Mask? I know that every Zelda game has a thing where like, oh yes, congratulations, you have defeated the bad guy in the dungeon, and then now things will become available to you. Thank you, Link, you helped us. In this game, they actually show you the results of the worlds becoming better. Because yeah, the previous one was the poison clearing out of the swamp. And then this one, it's springtime finally arriving. The one after this... Oh, actually, no, I don't think the one after the Great Bay actually had an immediate change. To my knowledge, I don't think it did. I think that was the only outlier. But then it was more than made up for with Ikana Canyon, where you see all the spirits ascending. It's awesome! Okay, I don't think we can go for the Dongero's Mask yet. We'd have to wait until later. Yeah, this is tricky. Alright, have fun climbing the mountain. That could have been a thing. Okay. I guess what I'll do... well, I need to get the powder keg license anyway. I have a dream. I will climb the mountaintops. Alright, so what's gonna happen here... I could make the sword, but I won't yet. I need to reset the time. Because it takes like 2 days to make the sword. So I need to beat the Goron races on day 1. So that's passed me by. But I need to make that powder keg. But yeah, it was like, oh man. Okay. What is this? What happened to us? Why? Okay, here we go. Alright, I remember as a kid, I spent an entire afternoon, I was like 11. I was 11 years old, I spent an entire afternoon doing the Goron races. Okay. We have to focus for this one. Oh, this is a tricky start already. Focus. I don't know how true this is, but I feel like these do like massive damage. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Yeah, because we need to do this twice as well, is the thing. No, we don't need to. I just need to get the license, then I can buy it. Right? And then I can just buy it day 1, right? and then just bomb it myself without needing to go through the song and dance. Why would you do such a thing? Why would you do such an evil thing? You sickos at Nintendo? There's sickos at Nintendo that thought this would be a great idea. Okay, here we go, here we go. Get down, get down! Look at the nips on this dude. Look, you put your finger over the head, it looks like a potato face. Okay, that's done. Now. Oh yeah, we have to go back, reclaim our prize, get our license, and then we could... Is there anything that I can do right now on day 2 that I could not do until... I've been thinking about the heart piece that the Deku Scrub Merchant gives, but I feel like I can just do that once I get access to Ikana Canyon. In which case I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, you know, I might save the Deku Scrub Merchant stuff for later. Because I think in terms of heart pieces, there aren't very many more that you can do in Snowhead. Because Snowhead has a bunch of other things, so it's all divvied up for like Great Bay and Ikana Canyon, I think. Yeah, no, this was like that, the reason why I was able to do it in the first try, like I said, again, so much practice is required of the player, and for newer players, that's like the most daunting thing. Which is why I think that all complaints about this game being so needlessly small margin for error are perfectly valid. Okay, we can't do the UFO thing yet. What else can we do right now? I'm trying to think of like... Because we can't get the Don Garro's mask yet. Like, I want to dedicate the entire time cycle to just the races. I think we're good. We're just going to deposit our money and then we're going to go back in time. Yeah, I think that's how we're going to do it. Because a lot of stuff is locked out until we get Epona back. So yeah, okay. Deposit our money for all the good that does us, and we'll see where we can go. Oh wow, we're only an hour and 30 minutes into the stream. Feels a lot shorter than that. Okay. Oh! Wait, I can also do the, wait, before I do this, I actually can do the adults difficulty. That sounds weird. I was thinking about Beautiful Joe, but then it came out of my mouth, and I was just like, wait a minute, that sounds odd. Yeah, no, we need to do the treasure chest minigame. That's going to give us another heart piece. So we can probably spend our money on that, and if it fails, then, I mean, we're going to go back in time anyway. I actually don't know this game very well. What a design on this character. She has Cassandra ears. Oh, how do I play this game? Hey Antonio, how you doing? Okay, how do I play this game? Oh, okay. Oh! Oh, Dubu should have played! We could have played killer marathon music for this. I have it on a USB stick. I could have played it. Seconds on the clock. What are you doing? Open it! Ah! Oh, man. Okay. You can only get it with the Goron mask, I believe. Because, yeah, then if you go as the Deku Scrub, then you're playing kids mode. And then that gives you a lesser prize. And then if you're playing as the Zora, the girl gives you a thirsty discount. Actually, we're here now. See if I can get a perfect score on this. Oh, wait, no. Wrong one. sorry, was I interrupting something? Okay. B button, right? Here we go. No! No! Oh, man. Ugh. Okay, well, okay, let's get the rest of this right, then. That always gives me... It's that corner that gives me trouble. Work on that. No! Ah! Yeah, you gotta be quick for that one, too. That's the most painful part. Like, it's gotta be, like, perfect. Like, go, go, go. Okay. Let's do it again. I want to get a perfect, come on. No! It's that corner! Every single time! Oh, I forgot about that one. Nightmare. No, jeez, like, because to move it to the left, it's gonna overshoot it. Okay, come on. Oh my. Yeah, like I keep overshooting it. Oh, come on. Yeah, we did so much worse. Alright, now we're gonna move on. Time to embarrass ourselves even further with the Goron races. Oh man, there's gonna be so many moments like that coming up too. That's the worst part. Like, it's only downhill from here. We did well with fighting against the goats. It's only gonna get worse, because then we have to do the Goron races, then there's gonna be also that other heart piece that I worry about. It's gonna be a bunch of things, and it's not gonna be all good. I guarantee it. Okay. Show me the money. Let's see. Have it close. That's the thing, though, is that I do have it memorized. It's just that the aiming is the issue. Oh, but it is possible to do it with the... to hit a blue once? Really? I didn't know that. Oh, I always thought that it was just like, it would be a done deal once you hit the blue. But yeah, we'll get there eventually. Okay. Now... Goron race time. But yeah, my main issue is that I'm using a third-party controller, and the increments for, like, the tilt is a little bit strange. Like, that's my main excuse, is that the increments for the tilt tend to be a little bit out there. No, well, like, they give you all the supplies you need once you get to the beginning of a dungeon anyway. Alright. Because, yeah, well, not recently, but I had to retire my OG GameCube controller. And yeah, the reason why I had to is because the L and R buttons kept sticking, so I was in a constant state of target. I wanted to try to bring them back when I was playing Killer 7, but I was just like, oh no, this isn't happening. There we go. That's everything we need. Okay, here we go. Oh wait, no, we don't need the fire arrows just yet. Okay. Now, when we get to this section, I guess we'll just try to apply the goat mechanics that we were able to sort of figure out along the way with the previous run. Because I noticed that we made a pretty good amounts of damage mitigation by just hitting it twice and then moving to the other side. That might be what we have to do. Hey Kitsune, how are you doing? I'm doing quite well. Because I'm playing Majora's Mask on the GameCube. I guess let this pass me by. We're gonna get hit by a bunch of boulders on the way here, so we might as well conserve our HP until we get to that point where we really can't avoid it. Oh yeah, so also, I've been toying around with the idea of streaming a little bit more frequently. Nothing's set in stone yet, but I would like to play Hades on stream if you guys are interested in watching that. Because I'd like to play some more Switch games on my channel. There's Hades, there's also an idea to... That's the thing, like, as much as I love to play Age of Calamity on stream, there's only so much content in that game. Because the thing about, you know, you might have noticed with, like, my showcase videos, if you guys were keeping up with those, like, I've been going to, like, the same maps because those are the only ones that were difficult enough to kind of show off how potent each of the enemy abilities are. Because, like, we've maxed out the difficulty and everything. But essentially, what I want to do, though, is that if they ever come out with Age of Calamity DLC, then I'll definitely play it. I'll do what I can to play it day one, because I have an idea of what we can do to make it more exciting. I had this whole thing where we're going to, like... No, we didn't do this. Well, I had this whole idea of, like, we're going to... what's it called? Have this wheel with all the names of all 16. Was it 16? I think it was like, yes, I think it's 16 characters. I could be wrong, I have to double check. But yeah, all the characters that are on in Age of Calamity's roster. And yeah, so basically whenever we're about to do a map, we'll spin the wheel, and then that's going to be the thing. Then we're going to play as that character for that map. Because each of the characters are a lot of fun to play as, it's just that they only give you so many. That's the ironic thing about it. You compare it with Hyrule Warriors 1. Hyrule Warriors 1 had so many maps, but only like 4 characters that I legitimately enjoyed playing, whereas the other ones were kind of a hassle to get through. But then with this one, each of the characters are super fun to play, right? Get it? Yes! Oh, finally got knocked over. Oh, that was bad, that was bad. Okay, okay. We had a solid start. Let's see if we can capitalize on it. Oh no! Now each of the characters' movesets were all finely crafted, that each of them have very distinct playstyles that are still very, very strong, all things considered. That's why I think that the idea of the tier list is kind of ridiculous for a game like this. Because each of them, again, they all shine differently, but in different playstyles. And the best way to go about discussing them is by looking at those playstyles. Oh, wait. Oh, I guess it was possible to charge it up beside him. Okay. I'll remember that for next time. Assuming there is a next time. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah, so I could actually rebound off the walls and hit them from above that way, which is a little bit trickier to execute, but totally worth it if you're good. Here we go. Let's go! Alright. That was amazing. So yeah, I guess, yeah, one way you can do it is you can rebound off the walls on the right, and then catapult yourself off with physics, and then knock them down. Okay. That's a good sign, because there's going to be even more rolling happening in the very near future. Yeah, there's a Scott Pilgrim game, but I'm not particularly interested in it. Yeah, I don't know, I haven't really been into Scott Pilgrim very much. Like, I saw the movie, and I read, like, the first volume of the graphic novel, but after a while, it's just like, I'll move on with my life. Okay. Oh. Okay, we need to get a powder keg now. Wait. Powder keg. Oh, I actually... No, wait. Okay, let's make sure the bomb shop actually has it. Assuming the bomb shop has it, then it should be okay. But I have to double check. I actually didn't check. Wait, no, but it should always have it, though. Yeah, because there's that Goron that's inside the bomb shop. Okay, so we need to get our money back first. How much does it cost, actually? Maybe we can just withdraw from the bank. We don't need to waste that much time. Yeah, each of the... It's hard to say which one I find the most fun in Age of Calamity, though, but I'd say that all my predictions for who's, like, the strongest, quote-unquote, has been completely wrong as a result. $50. Oh, that's easy. Okay, we can easily make that 50. Well, we can just withdraw, it's fine. Okay, no need to be stingy about it. Because it's very easy to make money in this game. One of the easiest games to make money with, actually. Hey, Markman, how you doing? Perfect. Okay, I totally forgot how much they costed. Bomb bag. We can get a bomb bag later in our lives. There isn't really much reason to get a bomb bag in this game, is there? Like, I feel like maybe there's... Well, the Gibdo well actually has a requirement. But I think that's about it, though. But yeah, if I were to say, like, favorites, though... Well, actually, no, I don't want to talk about it too much, because I know that not everyone has gotten very far in the game. But... yeah, there is a secret character that is probably my favorite to play as. Well, no, but then I did a showcase of him earlier, so you guys would know. Yeah, it's Tentacle. He's up there. As one of my favorites to play as well as the Luminescent, Tentacle, and Greatsword. Those are like the most vanilla choices, but like I like them, so I don't care. They're the most like plain choices of like, oh man, like in terms of like interesting characters. It's like playing as Mario in Mario Kart. That's what it feels like to say that Link is my favorite character. Alright, here we go. I just have to shoot an arrow, right? Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Okay, so here's where the agony starts to set in. I don't know. This could either be incredible or this could be terrible, because I've had to do this so much that maybe my muscle memory will kick in, but who knows? We should play the No More Heroes DLC here. Play that music. Okay, here we go. Just that I don't have it on me right now. Okay. I don't know how we're going to do this. But we got to do our best. No! No! Cut the video! I missed all of them? Oh, you're kidding me with this. It's fine, it's fine. Just keep on trucking. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, horror of horrors. Okay, come on. No! Oh, they're gonna knock me off the bridge. They're gonna knock me off the bridge. Oh. Oh no. Okay, don't worry. We can try to steal this. Oh, I don't think we have enough though. I don't know. It's anyone's game. Oh, I don't know. I think he snakes it from me. Oh, come on. Okay. Here we go. If this ends up taking multiple takes, we're making a montage out of this. We're gonna use, like, cinematic music. I swear, like, yeah, that's again, that is one of the primary complaints about this game, is that the margin for error is so small. It's so small that you can name it Lee. Okay, here we go. Oh boy. Because, like, you could have, like, a killer lead, too, and you could still fail, just because the game said, no, I win, actually. Come on! Okay, here we go. Why would you change the camera so abruptly? Ah! Oh yeah, we'll have something. We'll have some, like, Night of Fire going on over here. Some Euro beats. I have to crash into him. Come on! I couldn't crash into him! Oh, the agony. This is where it begins. This is where the descent to the madness begins. Now I'm gonna finish in 4th place after this. Okay. As long as we can do this before nighttime, we're good. No! Oh boy. Okay, that's okay, okay. Just let the initial road rage just finish themselves off. And now we go for blood. Oh, I hate you. No, I need this. No! No! Cut the video. Oh, come on, man. Okay. It's just you and me. I always thought they looked like chicken nuggets in this game. Like really crusty, burnt chicken nuggets. Oh, boy. And now it's time for a camera angle change. Ooh, that's dirty. Okay. Here we go. Can I crash into him? Because I'm going in a straight line. What do you want me to do? Like, ugh. I can't catch up to him. I can't. No. Okay, I don't know. I didn't see him cross the line. It had to be me, right? Oh, come on. Ah! When you try your best, but you suck. When you try your best, but you suck. Alright, here we go. Positive thoughts, positive energy. Here we go. I feel it. It's gonna be this one. This is the 4th attempt. Four is my number. Oh. Oh no. Famous last words. So reminds me of the time when I said that like Sandman would be an easy guy to fight against, and then I was there for the rest of the stream, and it was almost 3 hours long for my birthday. It was cursed. No. I'm too fat. I couldn't fit through the little twigs. Come on. No, never assume you win. Always assume that you've lost, because the game, again, like I said, the game says, no, actually, I won, really. No! We're okay. Wait, no! I don't want to do this! No! I thought I said... Ugh. Come on. Okay, you know what? You guys just finish the race, and then... Wait, don't tell me that I still have to finish it, even if they do cross the finish line. Oh no! Looking at the map right now. Oh, please just tell me that, like, they're gonna be like, no, don't even worry about it. Just say it's up. Oh. Yeah, 4 was my best try, yeah. Okay, here we go, here we go. This is it, this is it. Mark my words, this is it. It burns. What if we cheated? What if we cheated the same way that they cheated by knocking them off? I don't think it'll work. I think they're just gonna respawn. Like, it doesn't feel like the game plays by rules, by its own rules. Like I have to play these very separate rules in order for the game to feel good about itself for being a guy with finite reflexes. It was literally the one lucky gal race. Oh boy. Are you kidding me? You ran out of mana even though you ran through the jar? Oh, you're killing me with this. No, don't touch that. Don't touch that. I need it. You jerk. Oh. That was so necessary. No. Yeah, please. No, I don't want to keep racing. Get me out of this nightmare. Okay, okay. This is so... Okay. This is so terrible. Alright, here we go. Man. But the thing is, when I was a kid playing this, I was like legit angry. I'm enjoying myself for how awkward and agonizing this is because I'm an adult. But as a kid, it was just like, it was like the worst thing in the world. It was just so much yelling and screaming. There was so much yelling, but no crying though. It was never crying. I was never an angry crier. I was like everything is awful. That was the kind of kid that I was. But now I was like, well, I mean, oh no, I have to continue playing Majora's Mask, my favorite game of all time. How would you do that? Wait, well, shake it off. We can still catch up. Okay, we can catch this up. It was so weird because that third attempt was like it was clean, wasn't it? Like it looked like I won. It looked like I was winning. But then I guess he just showed up at the last second. Okay, let's go. We could still make it potentially. Gotta keep ourselves topped up. Gotta snake it from them. Please, that had to be it. That had to be it. That had to be it. Yes! Yeah, like the key to winning that one is just just hit them, I guess. Oh, goodness. Okay. Now, we need to quickly make money. How many attempts was that? That wasn't so bad. That was like 6 attempts? That was like 6 or 7 attempts. Not bad. Because when I was playing this game as a kid, it took me like at least 25. That's being generous. But yeah, like generous in the sense that it must have been a lot more than that. Oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. That's gonna be a fun thing to look forward to when I'm editing this. I'll take suggestions for music. Maybe we'll go initial D. 8 attempts? Okay, yeah. 4 times 2. Eh, I'll take it. No. Alright. Now, I don't know how much it costs to refine the sword, but having a good amount of rupees never hurt. Oop. Oh. I have to reacquaint myself with that timing now. 20? Yes! What song was that? Here we go, here we go. No, too late. Why? Okay, come on. There we go. Okay. 200 rupees. That's not so bad. We can easily get that. I hope. Why am I getting the timing wrong? I'm a little bit rusty with the timing on this one. Okay, we could go into that Dongo pit. I'm not super confident in my ability to time it properly, but we could go into the pit. And that should... yeah, and that's definitely gonna give us enough. Yes! Success! Alright, next up. No, not quite. Alright. Getting a little bit better at that. Might as well pick this up. Okay. Now the fun part, waiting for my sword, and we're going to be getting the best sword in the game after finishing 2 dungeons. Anyways, what about you guys? Those of you guys that are joining us today, tell me what your favorite Zelda dungeons are. Like, I already made a point of saying that, like, this game has some of my favorite dungeons, but I can be pretty partial towards Twilight Princess dungeons as well. Alright. In particular, the Snow Peak dungeon, or the Snow Peak ruins. Here we go. Like, this is like Master Sword levels of damage. This next sword, but then the sword after that's even better. I've always liked the design of this sword. I would have loved it if in Smash Bros. The young Link had that design instead of being a copy of Ocarina of Time Link. What else can we do in this time cycle? Got 2 empty bottles, and that's gonna be perfect for when we eventually have to get around to doing the spider house. Both the spider houses, I don't know if I want to do them on stream or not. Oh man, I love how this weapon looks. The Razor Sword. Seriously though, like if Smash Ultimate had this and like this sword and that shield together, because it's a really nice looking sword, but you never use it in this game because you can immediately get the other sword. Okay. What other heart? I'm trying to. Yeah, honestly, I think for the rest of the stream, we're probably gonna have to attempt doing the that special Deku Scrub minigame because that's like the toughest one. But if I can get it done on stream, that'll be amazing. In the meantime, I guess you guys can just give me a prompt, something to talk about to help me numb the pain of that mini-game. It's a tricky one, but I'll explain it a little bit, but in the meantime, you guys can give me some prompts to talk about, kind of fill the air so it's not just silence and angry noises. There we go. Gilded sword. And it's so, like, it's like his height as well. That's the funny part. Okay. Now what? Yes, we can go back now. Because what I'm thinking is that for the next session that we do, we're going to start things off with the Romani Ranch stuff. I think it'll be the Romani Ranch stuff, so that'll be nice. And then we'll, yeah, do all the Great Bay stuff. I think that entire stream will end up just culminate in the Great Bay Temple, because there's also the Pirate Fortress that we need to do. There's the Pirate Fortress, there is the deep sea trench eels that we have to fight against. So there's gonna be a lot going on, and then you put that on top of the Great Bay Temple, which in and of itself is pretty substantial. So we're just trying to knock out all, like, the extra stuff that is available right now. Okay, here we go. This is gonna make killing the Dongos so much easier. But yeah, what I'm planning on doing there, though, is that, like, once I get to Great Bay, there's gonna be a bunch of stuff that unlocks, so I'm gonna finish that stuff. And then... Wow. This kills them so fast. Good morning, Kirose. You're just in time to hear silence and angry noises. Oh man, it kills them so fast. I love this sword so much. Like, I would have loved seeing this loadout for Smash Bros. That would have been nice. Alright, what else do we got? Oof. This will buy 10 attempts. This can one-shot, right? Oh yeah. Yeah, even if you don't have, like, you don't have the timing right, you could easily just do a jump attack, shield, run around them, then do another one. Or, you can use a stone mask. Rock, thank you very much for joining us. Uno, due, quattro, cinco. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, Bothan had a 3D. I don't know much about her other than the fact that there was a clip collection that I saw of her playing Among Us, and she was chosen to be the imposter, and her reaction was like the cutest thing. She did like a cute lion roar. It was great. Okay, here we go. This is where the, if you thought the Goron races were painful, get ready for what you're about to see. This is the most bizarre minigame because it's like, it's physics. It requires physics and timing and platforming for a game that was never about physics and timing and platforming. So this is going to be a treat for all of you guys, because you don't have to do it yourself. Oh boy. So basically the general idea is that you need to pay attention to the ground of the coloration of, in order to see the depth of perception, and it'll give you an idea of where the platforms are going. Oh, man, I don't like this, but let's go. That's the thing though, I want to be able to see what's directly below me. But like, alright, here we go. Why? I thought I made it. Okay, do it again. Thing is though, if you beat it, then you'll actually make all those 10 rupees back. But you're not going to beat it very easily, so yeah. It's a nightmare. Through and through. Here we go, here we go. Come on, man. Oh, you have to wait for it to come down. Here we go. Oh, I don't think I can make it. I don't think I can make it. Oh, I made it. This is the easier one. I've actually never done this one. I've only done the Day 2 version. Okay. There we go. Okay. Not bad, 2 attempts. Alright. I might as well focus each time cycle to a respective minigame if that's the case. Oh. No, not the 3DS version. I'm playing the GameCube port of the N64 version. Here we go. I used to read up on a couple of Zelda theories in this game specifically, but it's not like something that I really try to dig into too much, because I'd like to leave it up to like personal interpretation as well. But yeah, the reason I have the 3DS version, but the reason why I'm not playing it right now is because I don't have the ability to record 3DS gameplay. If that was the case, I'd totally be down to play Link Between Worlds, because I've not played that game yet, and I'm planning on playing it after I finish Dragon Quest XI. Yeah, you know what? I think, yeah, after I play Dragon Quest XI, I'll play A Link Between Worlds, and after that I'll play Drakengard 3. Everyone wins! Local Drakengard 3 fan excited to play it for the first time. I have not played the 3DS version, but I talked about this earlier on, but a lot of the changes, I can see why people don't like them, but the dirty secret is that Majora's Mask, while it is my favorite game and I love everything about it, it's not a perfect game. And a lot of the issues of Majora's Mask are... Oh no! This is where it begins. But a lot of that stems from the fact that there's so little margin for error for doing things, and in a game where you're constantly being counting down, it's too much to ask. And that's kind of the issue, and the reason why I kind of welcome the changes. Okay, you have to anticipate it, you gotta anticipate it, you gotta anticipate it. You didn't anticipate it! It's so awful. It's so terrible. Okay, here we go. Okay, this one. I don't know. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Unless, nope. I misjudged how quickly that one was coming towards me. I thought I'd have enough time, but it was actually too fast. Okay, here we go. I'm looking forward to Drakengard 3 because I liked... No! It was a sticky button. I pressed it twice accidentally. Oh no. Hang on a second. Let me plug in the laptop. But yeah, I enjoyed Nier a lot, so since that game was in a very similar vein, I keep mistiming it. Okay. If I can at least get one rupee, it would be a victory. I beat it last week, but I didn't realize that you actually need to do it consecutively, one day after the other. So we're gonna be here for a while, potentially. PS1 recommendations, Resident Evil 2. Easy. Resident Evil 2, the original, is still one of my favorite games. It's still one of my favorite horror games, I would say. Oh boy. You need to have gusto. You gotta be that cocky. You gotta be that cocky kid again. Oh, you can't. You can't win if you hesitate. Yes! Oh man, Resident Evil is a wonderful series. I recommend starting with 2. Because 2 has Claire and Leon. It's a very cinematic game as well. Like, it takes a lot of beats from, like, Hollywood movies, which was, like, so quaint at the time. Like, it was pretty much like a Japanese interpretation of Hollywood movies, which is just so funny to me. But I think that's the main appeal, though, is that it's not like North American filmmakers, or like it's not like a North American developer trying to be like, oh, we're gonna make this movie. This is just like, we're gonna make this horror game that where the cutscenes play like a movie. But yeah, like it has a very good blend of action and horror. No, sorry, not horror. Puzzle solving, because the puzzle solving of Resident Evil 1 was the main emphasis, whereas the action of Resident Evil 3 was the main emphasis. So this is like the perfect blend of both worlds without feeling too overbearing in one or the other, which is great. But yeah, it's a really, really nice game that encourages replayability. I recommend... Well, me personally, I preferred Claire A, Leon B. That's always been my favorite one, but Leon A, Claire B is fine too. The reason why I prefer the other one, though, is just because the main thing about Claire A is that... Well, hang on, let me get that out. Well, the thing about Claire A is that the big villain at the end, at the true ending, is kind of brushed aside for a large section of the game. Then he comes back and it's fresh again. I liked that a lot. Okay, I don't know this one. We'll see. Okay, that's fine. That's doable. Oh, I don't know the layout. I don't know the layout. That's okay. Whoa. That was scary. No! It just stopped! I was thinking it was going to keep on going. I predicted it to keep on moving so it would move around. Okay, it's fine. This is the last one. If I can do this, then I'm happy. Oh, I thought it was gonna keep on moving, though. I didn't realize it was gonna pause before... Okay, it's fine. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. No. How did I do it the first time? But yeah, other than Resident Evil, though, another recommendation... Oh man, Symphony of the Night. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Like, if you're into PS1 games, you need to play that game. Mental tier list for 3 Houses characters. Oh, Felix S. Everyone else less. Oh man, we'll get to that eventually. Okay, hang on a second. Oh yeah, you gotta play Twilight. Like, I'd say that Twilight Princess is the easiest one to recommend to newcomers. Why would you press it twice? You're done. You're done. Yeah, I'd say that Twilight Princess is like the perfect jump-off point for people that have never played a Zelda game before. Because it's the most modern tunes one. Like it takes a lot of hints from a lot of modern game design for its time. That, like, it's... Partially because, like, yeah, like, a lot of it is the story element to it. It's very streamlined. It moves along at a pretty decent pace. It doesn't go too crazy with the non-typical Zelda stuff. Like, it has a couple of interesting twists here and there, like sumo wrestling, but it doesn't really fixate too much on minigames, so it's more about you moving to that next objective and then figuring out how you're supposed to get into the next dungeon, and then repeating that flow over and over again. It's great. Yeah, it's the easiest one to recommend for new players, I think. For people that are... What? I guess I think I keep double pressing because the A button is stuck. Okay, do it again. Yeah, I'm thinking of streaming Hades one of these days. I think that would be interesting for some people. Just to keep moving up and down. No! Oh, we're good, we're good. No! Oh, I thought it was close enough. Okay, do it again. Whoops, almost knocked over my GameCube. I was so angry, I almost knocked over my console. Alright, here we go, here we go. Yeah, like, Hades is definitely the kind of game that sucks you in. I wasn't expecting it to suck me in, but it did. It was awesome. Yeah, it's the kind of game where literally anyone can pick it up and play it. And because, again, because of the freedom of expression that it gives you with how you go about each dungeon, it's very simple. The premise of the dungeons and combat are very simple, but it has so many ways of tantalizing you for coming back into the game. It's great. Oh man, I'm just guesstimating at this point. Okay, so my problem is that I was too far away when I shouldn't have been. Going backwards seems to be a good idea. Okay. Why? Why physics? Oh, you're kidding me. You saw me land on that, though. We have footage of me landing on that, but then the game was like, nah. The game literally just went, nah. It's okay. Here we go, here we go. Come on, baby. No! Whoa! Oh! Why is the camera being like this? Okay, thank you. Alright. No! No! Oh, I forgot that it comes back up. So I kept holding forward, but I didn't realize I was back on the ground again. Okay, okay. It's rough. I saw the timer, I was like, oh man, I better hurry this up. What's the matter, little fella? Bad at video games. What's the matter, little fella? You're bad at video games. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, oh! I thought I was underneath it! Or I thought it was underneath me. Okay. Let's do it again. We got 13 more tries of this. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I thought it just moved. Okay. No, it's weird. It's like it's slippery. It's weird. It's like the moment you land, there's like this really weird physics thing where it's like it's slippery, but not really. So it just continues moving, and it doesn't count as you being on it. Oh no, I had to be earlier about that. I was able to get it last time. Here we go. Oh, too late. Okay. We're just gonna have to, yeah, we're gonna have to eyeball it then. Here we go. Nice. It's odd because like inputting on your control stick will also affect it somehow. It's bizarre. I don't know if it's beneath me or not. If it was easier to see the shadows, that would make this game a lot easier. But we're good. We're good for now. No! I wasn't sure how fast it was gonna go. It's one of those things too where like you need to see it from a distance to have a better understanding of how fast it is. Alright, here we go. There we go. What? I thought it was beneath me! Oh no! Okay, it's fine. 9 more attempts of this. Well, technically 10 more attempts if we can get this blue rupee next. Here we go, here we go. Nope. Okay. This is like the valley of unhappiness right now. I thought I made it. Okay. I had it down like 2 attempts ago. Now I think I've lost it. This is truly the valley of unhappiness. There we go. This has This has like cynical carnival game written all over it. There we go. Yeah, it's weird. It's oddly precise. Like the requirements of this is oddly precise. just let it come to you. Oh, get in the thing. Get in the flower. I don't know. Yes! Success! Yeah. I'm gonna revel in this for a bit. Look at him pounding the floor. It's just like Leon from Resident Evil 2. Take this and don't come back. This is great. Okay. It's Link hide. Oh man. See, that's the charm of this game though. It feels so awful when you're playing through it. And it's so cynical, but that's kind of the point though. This is a cynical carnival game that they're making us play, and that's so fantastic. Like the fact that you actually get to see the results of that when you beat. I guess the best phrasing is when you beat the devil at his own game. Okay, what do we got next for a heart piece? I'm trying to think of, like, off the top of my head, any heart pieces that we can get around here. Because we got 3. We have 17 minutes left on the clock. I don't know if we can run that. Oh boy. Can't get Epona just yet. Is there... Wait, wasn't there like a heart piece you can get with a scent mask? There doesn't seem to be much else that we can do. Because, yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, some mini-games. Oh! Okay, well, I guess we'll just spend the rest of the stream doing target practice, see if this works. Oh, boy. Still, though, the fact that I was able to beat that, I've never beaten that before. So it feels pretty nice to get to do that. It feels really nice to be able to actually do that. Because I mentioned last week, but one of the goals I want to do, for me personally, not even necessarily for the stream, but just a personal goal that I had, is that I want to 100% the game. I want to 100% Majora's Mask because I've never done that. And, like, in between streams, I'll also be playing. There we go. Oh, come on. What? We'll just continue on then. Oh, that's not enough. Oh, that's just perfect. Now the moon is shaking. The moon is shaking. Oh, okay. Because you gotta be fast about it too. Okay, do you know what? Let's pretend the problem is a controller, in which case, let's get a controller that would work for us. Do I still have... Unless I threw it out. Let's find out. Could be a bad idea, but, like, what else do we got? Okay, hang on a second. Let me mute myself. Okay, found it. Well, I found one of the OG cable controllers. Let's see if this works. It feels like it already might not, because I'm pressing the A button and nothing's happening. Oh, this feels so nice! Okay, here we go. No! Oh! I hesitated. That was my problem. Oh, no. Okay, here we go, here we go. I hesitated. No! 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 Oh, I hit it. I hit the blue one accidentally. Ugh. Oh, man, that's agonizing. Oh, man. Okay, okay. There we go. It's mostly just a practice thing, too. But this controller feels a lot better. No! Ugh. I screwed up my aiming that time. I'm gonna be short 2 now. You always know that this one's a... You always know that that one's like a sure thing. There's always gonna be 3 in front of you. No. It's the one in the corners that always get me. Oh boy, we're flagging a little bit right now. Yeah, just shoot it. That doesn't matter. Alright. Here we go, here we go. This is bad. Oh boy, that was close. Okay, that's straight. No! Oh, the pain. That's heartbreaking. Oh, man. Okay. This is the last one that we're gonna do, and I think we're just gonna stop before it takes us over. Before the grief takes us over. Why? I kept overshooting that. That's my bad. Yeah, this controller does feel a lot better, though. I will say. I don't know why I retired it. Maybe... I think it's because this is the one with the L and R buttons getting stuck. I'm pretty sure. But, like, the increments for, like, moving the stick, though, it feels so much more comfortable. Nope. Ah. Oh man, that's a lot. Yeah, that's it. That's all the money we got. Yeah, what was wrong with this one? There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with this one, so that's promising. It seems pretty I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out at a very inopportune time, but I think we're going to roll with this controller for a bit then, if that's the case. Whew. Okay. We got 6 minutes left. Okay, here we go. I guess we'll just get the last of the rupees. Also, I guess we'll do some administrative stuff while we're waiting at this too. So, for those of you guys that have been able to join, and those of you guys watching the archive, I am still planning on making this a, like, segmented thing, where we're going to segment it a bunch of times, and then put that all, and compile it all into one video. I want to make a compilation out of it. I know it's possible, so that's something that I've wanted to do for quite a while, and I'm going to get set on doing, hopefully in time for the 35th anniversary of the Zelda series, which is February 23rd. Pretty sure it's February 23rd. So, yeah, that is going to be my plan from here on out. Not really much else needs to be said. I'm going to probably, yeah, just work on a couple of other heart pieces while, like, in between streams. I'm going to be playing this game that much because we have a whole stretch of stuff that's going to be happening next week, so hopefully you guys will be around for that. There's going to be a lot of stuff for next week. Next week is going to be the Epona side quest, where we have to get Epona back by fighting some aliens, and after that is going to be the entire Gerudo pirate segment, which is pretty lengthy. We have 2 empty bottles, but I think we'll get a 3rd empty bottle this way too. No, I didn't get the targeting practice done. But I got a new controller, which is a lot easier to do. So yeah, next week is going to be loaded though. Hopefully you guys will be able to get there. We'll be able to make it because so much is going to happen. This was kind of like a breather of sorts because yeah, we were doing the Snowhead stuff, then we had to get a bunch of other stuff. I was anticipating the Goron races taking even longer, actually. The Goron races, because I was expecting like a lot of like terrible shenanigans happening, but we know that that wasn't the case, which I was really grateful for. Because the thing is, though, the entire Epona side quest does require a lot of waiting around for nighttime as well, and I don't know if people would be willing to see that, but yeah, that's gonna be a thing. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with this controller. Why do I not use it? Maybe it's gonna crop up eventually. It's odd. But, yeah. So, in between those, in terms of the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity stuff, I actually haven't worked on any of the videos for the last 2 characters. I don't really think there's very much else that needs to be done for that game, unless DLC comes out, but that's not going to be for a while anyway, so I don't really know if we're going to be having any videos next week, because, yeah, it's also been pretty busy at work as well. But, other than that, though, there's not really much else that needs to be said. I'm considering streaming during the week in the afternoons. I don't know what day. But yeah, I'd like to play Hades. I'd like to play some Hades on stream someday, because that's something that I know that some people might want to see, and I feel like doing more streams would be more enjoyable for me as well. Yes, we're gonna lose 1 rupee at a time. Yeah, so it's gonna be great though. We have some couple of stuff. I think we're gonna play Hades. I want to say Tuesday. We'll stream on Tuesday. One of these days. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I'd like to do some streams during the middle of the week. Maybe Tuesday is the best day. Or Tuesday or Wednesday. What works best for me? Yeah, okay, maybe it's Tuesday. Yeah, you know what, I'll figure something out for Tuesday. But anyways, guys, thank you very, very much for joining me on today's stream. Thank you for everyone that was able to make it and, you know, able to have some talking about what the future is going to be, as well as talking about this game. Anyways, thank you for joining me on today's Majora's Mask stream. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. We're going to be continuing this game, but I think in between next week, we're going to play some Hades on stream. I don't know what day, but I'm thinking Tuesday, though. I think that's going to be a good day. Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you again. You've all been great. It was great to play this wonderful game in front of you guys. And the countdown continues leading up to the 25th anniversary of my favorite series of all time. So,